Alright guys, normality has resumed. I am here, I am not unhinged like I was in the other video. I want to have a serious discussion because I want to talk about JP and really why I'm not rushing to review these characters anymore, right? I'll talk about it now, right? So JP's obviously here. A lot of you guys will probably want to know, is JP worth summoning for? Is JP not worth summoning for? Okay, now here is a strong verbatim answer to that. These units have a different banner system than any other units, okay? When it comes down to pure raw value, these are the best available way for you guys to use your tickets, okay? You are guaranteed to make good progress. You're going to get the pity numbers, you're going to get EX scrolls. These fat banners straight up. If you're sitting on a stockpile of tickets, then yes, you should probably go for a unit like JP, okay? Now, the reason why I don't want to do these videos, as in these review videos, is because I don't want to be possibly stimulating you guys spending money, right? Now, again, people will say that, oh, honestly, that's not really my problem. If people want to spend money, people will spend money. Hang on, I need to fix this screen. It's too funny. And I shouldn't really feel like the things that I say would influence that or not influence that, but they do, ultimately, right? And if I turn around and I say to you guys, this unit is broken, that unit's amazing, blah, 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 blah. People have this notion that maybe I should spend some money, right? And I'm not spending, okay? And to be honest, if I was spending, this is like probably this equal best time to spend, because they've basically, for whatever reason, just decided to do the Black Friday offers again, but stick socks in them, right? Or stockings, right? That's the thing. This is the Black Friday thing. It's not different. It is the Black Friday thing. They're just doing it again. Now, value-wise, if you were someone who was buying tickets, probably you're looking at the best bang for your buck, okay? Is JP a unit that's worth it? I mean, we can take a look at him just now. For some reason, he is a master unit. Don't really think that makes much sense because he's like a bad guy. They've done the whole thing of good guys being good guys, bad guys being bad guys, but for some reason they've decided they're going to go back on that, and now JP is a master, but he's a bad guy. Didn't make much sense, but okay. So you see what he does here. After a brief booting process, unleash a cross-shaped shockwave that penetrates all enemies, sending them flying and equaling soul damage to 625% of attack, with a 100% base chance of inflicting 1 weaken for each enemy hit. This fighter will gain 1 times drive, right? So for each enemy hit, this fighter will gain 1 drive. If this fighter has at least 1 drive, when unleashing this skill, expend 1 drive to apply the following effects, blah blah blah, right? So, move through. Summon 2 force fields that attack after a short delay. Each attack deals soul damage equal to 280% of attack and has a 100% base chance of inflicting weaken. It scales, can't be bothered reading how it scales. Summon 3 spirits to attack the target. Each strike deals soul damage equal to 240% of attack and restores 30% super combo gauge. We'll look at his passive. When drive reaches 4 stacks, expend all stills with drive to change combo 2 and 3 to drive impact and gain 1 counter stance. You'll notice, basically copy paste, that is looks, okay? Drive impact deals soul damage equal to 680% of attack to enemies in an area with a 100% base chance of inflicting 1 times weaken. While unleashing this skill, this fighter gains damage immunity, blah blah blah. It's basically look, right? I mean, it is look. He's look in a different package. They've basically reskinned look but made the skill slightly different, right? If this fighter is attacked while in counter stance, it will be expended to nullify that instance of damage and then counter attack with drive reversal, dealing soul damage equal to. So you'll notice, like, it's look. Can we just cut the bullshit? It's look, right? Now let's look at these cards. What we got? When unleashing drive impact or drive reversal, attacks ignore any damage immunity effects on the target and have a 100% increased damage bonus against enemies with damage immunity effects. Look. Drive reversal deals additional damage equal to 5% of the target's max HP, capped at 200% of JP's attack. I'm not sure if Luke's got that. I mean, has Luke got that? I mean, pretty much the same. I mean, it's not really much different at all. So let's go back. Look at JP. Now, I can't validate this 100% myself, right? But he doesn't have the ability to gain drive the same way that Luke does, right? Now, I need to 100% validate this, but I actually believe that he doesn't get drive unless you're fighting multi-targets. Now that could be wrong, right? It could be wrong. I need to go and validate it. I could validate it right now. We'll validate it right now, right? I'll go and I'll stick him into training, put him into here. I should have a space. I do have a space, so we'll stick him into here. Where are you, mate? We're here. Right, now obviously mine's is not that powerful right now, but hey, it's better than nothing in it. And we'll see if he's going to get drive. Easy way to do it is we'll go to here because it's not been done, and we'll see what it looks like. I didn't mean to do raid. Why did I do raid? That was dumb. I do not want to finish this, right? You can see that I don't want my raid score to go away. But let's just throw him in and we'll see. So we'll put him here. Now what the hell team am I going to run this guy with? I mean, I don't think he would partner with Luke. I mean, maybe he would partner with Luke. Would he partner with Luke? No. But you know what? We'll shove Luke on the team. Don't really feel like Luke's that well suited to what I'm about to do, but hey, no, why not? We'll just throw Luke in here for shits and for giggles, and we'll also put in you for some points. So we're going to do Super C1 her, C2 Luke, C3 him. So that means I can use a trigger character for the rest of it. What we'll do is just, I don't necessarily think this is needed, but we'll just go with this. Is this team any good? I don't think so. But we'll see. What was that about? Like seriously, you were not supposed to go there. JP, you can come back. Where'd you go? 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 Put JP in here. And then put Luke back. Don't know why I put Luke away. Just absolutely having a nightmare. Where the fuck is Luke? There's there. Right, that's us, back to normal. That's what we wanted. So we'll run through this, and then I'll quickly talk about why I don't really want to recommend him. I think he's decent, right? To be honest, I don't think they're not going to bring Luke back, right? Don't worry about it. Luke's not going to come back. He might, but I don't think he is, right? So here we go. We'll just do one run of this. I mean, who knows? Maybe it'll be fantastic. Maybe this will be the greatest run known to man, right? I don't think so, but we'll see. Maybe. We're looking to see if he's building stacks though, right? I'm not sure, but I don't think he builds stacks, right? So I don't see him having that drive above his head right now. So I don't think he's building drive. But again, I cannot say for sure. But I do not see any indications above his head that he's building it. So let me see again. Is he? Has he got anything above his head symbolising he's building anything? Don't think so, but then he's got one symbol. See, I don't see him building drive, right? Now if we back out and we go to leave, right? So how does Luke build drive again? Luke builds it every time he's attacked, doesn't he? So we'll go back into challenge, right? Well, let's look at Luke. So we'll go to skill. So he doesn't build it there. Doesn't build it there. He builds it through his passive. Vulcan Blast, Slam Dunk on a Razor, right? So what's the symbol for it? It's a little flame. So if we go back to here, we're going to do Luke now, right? So Luke facing single target. Let's just see if we can see Luke building up drive. So with Luke, we're going to do the C1 or the Super. I think we'll do the C3 because then I can see it happening. Okay, so Luke's actually got the drive logo above his head right now. So we'll hit Luke. We'll see that Luke has now got 2 drive. Okay, so we'll do Luke again. We can now see that Luke has in fact got 3 drive. So you can see that Luke's little symbol was actually going up, right? So you could see that was happening. So we go back in again to JP, do the exact same thing. Now again, JP's super is something that's supposed to build up drive, right? So if we go back to 1 speed, we'll see that JP does his first attack on a single target. He's got 1, okay. But you can see there, his drive's gone, you know what I mean? It's not building up, he's not getting like multiple stacks of drive because he's facing a single target. And there's only 1 skill in his arsenal that can build up drive, so it's not really doing anything for him. Whereas if we come out, okay, and we go to something that's got multiple units, what's got multiple units? If we go to challenge, guild crusade, I've not actually done this in ages, so we'll go into here. Just for shits and giggles, we'll just throw JP onto this team here. No, this has only got 1 unit, we need multiple units. Who's got multiple units? Who has got multiple units? Boss Rush? Anyone on Boss Rush? This'll do. Right, Boss Rush. So we'll take JP, we'll put JP, in fact, we'll put JP here, because then that way I can change this team back quite easily. We'll put JP here, and then we'll move this up to here, and we'll hit save, and we'll go back to this one. Now this time we should see JP building up stacks, right? So I'm just going to let it build up 2 sets of combos. Right, so we'll do that, we'll go to 1 now, right? So we're going to hit with JP. You can see that JP this time built up multiple stacks, right? So he built up multiple stacks that time. Do the same again here. He built up multiple stacks, right? So basically what that's saying is JP is a PvP unit, essentially, right? Which a lot of people look for, and he is a PvP unit. I don't necessarily think he's a broken PvP unit, so don't let people get carried away, because do you know what I'll say? You can fantasy book all you want in this game. You can say that you think this unit's going to be broken, that unit's going to be broken. See, until you can actually take those units out and actually try them in something like, say, Final Showdown or whatever, you're just spitting words. They don't mean anything, because until you've actually taken the unit out into actual world scenarios and tried them out properly, matchmaking's not going to do it for you, because chances are there's going to be a power gap somewhere. You need to wait until Showdown to actually see if these units are going to be viable or not. So it's difficult when it comes to a unit like JP, but not impossible, because we are going to have a Showdown starting on Sunday, and there's going to be still a week left of his banner, right? So after that, we will be able to see, is he going to be a good unit or is he going to be a bad unit? Because right now, it's far too soon to tell, right? Plain and simply, it's far too soon to tell. So yes, I think he's a good unit. No, I don't think he's broken. He might be, but now we can't say that, because no one knows. Anyone who says he is or he isn't right now is talking shit. And I'm sorry, Pika, I know you said he's probably broken and meta changing and all the rest of it, but you don't actually know that, right? Because we've not been in a situation where we can test that out. But the reason I don't want to recommend a unit, and this is the reason why I'm not doing the whole recommendation of units, is because this game is doing shit. Like, absolutely doing shit financially. It is doing utter dog shit, right? It's not making money. It's not making money in SEA. It's not making money on global, whether that's the Crunchyroll version, whether that's the A+ version, whether that's one of the multiple regions. It's doing shit, like, combined throughout every version of the game. So that is SEA, Crunchyroll, A+, all of them, right? All of them. It's making a little over £160,000. Now, that might seem like good money, right? But it's not. It's not. When it comes to gacha games, it's terrible, right? On this game, when this game was considered to be doing bad doing bad financially, and they started changing things. So when Dino still worked there, and they started to talk about things, and they started to implement some player forward changes, like a free copy of the unit when you've done events and stuff, that was to sort of right the ship when things were going badly, because we had done bad financially with the likes of Evil Ryu. Even Gokin and stuff like that, they all did bad financially. And in those months, the game made 1.2 to 1.4 million between all the versions, and SEA wasn't available at the time, right? Now, all the versions combined are making 1.6. So the game's doing awful financially. And personally, I cannot spend money in a game when I think that maybe it might be closing down quite soon, right? And people might say, oh, but Hayzink, they've just brought out a new collab. I need you to pay attention to something very, very closely. If we go into perks and we go to growth pack, you'll notice something about JP. His growth pack ends in 12 days, okay? What that basically means is this is a last ditch attempt to recoup some money from that license fee that they paid back when they licensed Street Fighter V at the time of Look. This is what they've done with the Turtles. They brought the Turtles back again just so that they could release Shredder, which was like their last ditch attempt to squeeze some money out of the player base. And the same thing here is happening. While it might seem like a nice positive thing that we've got JP is just like a last ditch attempt to squeeze some extra juice out of this license fee. And yeah, he might be a great unit, but I'm personally not going to put money into the game to max him out, or even probably get him to a usable level, because honestly, while I am still going to play it, and while a lot of people might see this as negative and stuff, ultimately what I thought months ago when I said I don't necessarily think this game's got too long left, I don't think I was wrong in anything that I said there. The only thing that I was wrong about was the timeline of it, because the game has continued slightly longer than I thought. I thought maybe at that point we might have had 6 months left, whereas now I do think we will get to the 1 year anniversary. The 2 year anniversary. I just don't know how much longer the game's going to last after that. And for me, I don't want to put more money into a game now if there's only going to be a few months left. And ultimately, I just really struggle to see how they can do anything about it now, because the reason that people have stopped playing Street Fighter Duel is simple. Everyone knows it. Everyone knows why people are not playing this game the way that they used to, or at all. And it's because of the things that I've said for over a year. And people complained at me. People said I was negative. People said I was just driving away players and all the rest of it. But they were wrong. The company was driving away players, not adding content, not mixing things up, not giving people things to do, just dropping units and expecting units to be content. Eventually, it goes away. People start to see through it, because what are you going to do? If you summon JP and you max out JP, what are you going to do with them? Oh wow, you might be able to go a little bit further into Showdown. Great, guess what? You can summon the next unit, and guess what? There's nothing to do with them. You're just going to end up stockpiling more and more units with nothing to do. No challenges, no events, no stages, no nothing. And that is why people are not playing Street Fighter Duel anymore. And I hate to be the bearer of bad news. They can't do anything about it, because ultimately, the whales that have left, and it's a lot, trust me, it's a lot of whales, they will not come back, okay? Free-to-play players, they might come back. If they introduce new content, new rewards, better rewards, free-to-play players might come back, okay? Whales won't come back, and it's whales they need to come back. Now, you might wonder, how can you say that whales won't come back? Easy, because when a whale quits a game like this, they do one of two things. They either A, find a new game, and they're already invested in that game, so they're not really wanting to go and do something else, right? Or two, they stop spending in these games altogether, which does happen, although it's rarer, okay? Now, how do you break a habit of a lifetime? So how do you break a habit of constantly doing the thing that you think you're doing? You convince yourself the thing that you were doing was not enjoyable to begin with. You were addicted, okay? That's what people do. People find it easy to cope with something if either A, they realise that they truly were just addicted and the thing that they were doing was actually not enjoyable. As soon as they see that in their head, they don't go back to do it, okay? That's it. Simple as that. If a whale has said to themselves every day, why did I even play that game? Like, seriously, why did I play that? It wasn't good. Then there's not a chance that they're going to come back and now play the game. It's just not going to happen. So I don't know how they fix this. I don't. They should have dealt with this a long time ago. They should have stopped players leaving. And at the same time, when they introduced all those new modes and stuff that they could have introduced, that maybe would have kept players more engaged, that maybe would have kept more people playing, they should have advertised, they should have pushed to get new players. Because trying to hope that the players who have played for a year and a half are going to continue to play, or they're going to come back after leaving because you've introduced some new content or some new bloody soul power characters or whatever, it's just delusional. It's not going to happen. Again, free-to-play players, they will come back. But ultimately, if you're looking to make money, that's not what you need. You need the players who are spending money. And you've burnt them players so badly, they're just not coming back. And ultimately, apart from just the content, I do think that the Starlight thing is probably going to go down as the patient zero moment. I've said that exact line before, that I think we will be able to track back the biggest shift in Street Fighter Duel. And apart from the initial shift when so many people quit after Monster Hunter Ken, there wasn't anything really that huge that upset the apple cart to the point where loads of people were leaving. That did happen with the Starlight scenario, and the fact that they prioritise the short term, we don't want to give players some Starlight. They immediately, you can go and look, honestly go and look at historical data and you'll see the drop off in spending. They cost themselves I don't want to say millions because I don't think the game was making that at that point, but I think the game did go from maybe about 500k to under 200k, and that's been what, 2-3 months now, so it's getting close to 1 million anyway. But they've seriously cost themselves just through stupidity and greed. And while some of you may have thought I'd quit this game already because I haven't really put out content this month, I've actually not. I'll be honest, when it comes to me and putting out content, I just couldn't be arsed. Putting it bluntly, I just couldn't be arsed. There was nothing for me to make videos on, and I don't really want to make videos on nothing. I don't want to put out tier lists all the time. I don't want to put out who should you summon. I don't want to put out shit you already know. Like, what is the point, you know? So I'd rather just not make videos for a while if there's nothing to make videos on. And yeah. Oh, by the way, I made a turtle. Look, can you see him? Look, hey. This is my 3D printing. Still need to finish painting though. I'm trying to do him like a cutesy, cartoony way. A lot of work to do. But yeah, that's it. So I've reviewed JP in this video. I do think he's an alright unit. I don't know if he's game breaking. I don't know if he's meta shifting, because even if I had the character maxed out right now, I wouldn't know, because you need to use him in the right content to know. And anyone who says he is glazing the game for whatever reason. Doesn't make sense to me to do that. And I know I've mentioned him before, and I'm going to mention him again. Pika. No shade to Pika. If you watch this, no shade to you, Pika, because I know you like to call units meta shifting and meta. He might be. But until you can actually take that unit out there, put him into the real world situation of fighting other high level players in things like Showdown, you do not know. You don't, simple as that, you do not know. It's guesswork, and I don't want to do that, right? And again, I don't even think you need him. I don't think you need him. Simple as that. Anyway, long video, and probably the only one of the 3 videos today that had any real point to it, other than the other video where I was being an asshole. But hey, what'd you do? Hope you all had a lovely Christmas, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.